Hello, everybody, and welcome along. A rare treat for me. I get to watch my own team on the channel. We are watching along early this afternoon with Exeter City versus Ipswich Town in League One. For those of you not familiar with League One, there are some good sides in there and there is some good football played down there. So I hope you're going to enjoy the next couple of hours with us. We're going to watch all of the action here commenting as we go. And we love your input in the chat, don't we? Let's say hello to Ewan, Christopher as well. Make yourself known if you are here and get your thoughts in, and particularly how you think this one might be going. Get your pre-game predictions in ASAP. For those of you not particularly familiar, let me just I'll throw you up the League One table because this should actually be a very, very decent game. Ipswich obviously up in the automatic positions. Exeter, good attacking side, good at home. Sounds like a pretty fun matchup to me, if it's ever fun watching your own team on the telly. There you go. So Ipswich could, with a win, close to within 1 point of Plymouth at the top there. You see Exeter in 9th place. They could, ahead of everybody else, jump up into 7th with a win. In fact, they will definitely jump up to 7th with a win, if my maths is correct with the goal difference there. And I would just draw your attention as well to the Exeter goals total. There are some senses that League One kind of splits a little bit between the haves and the have-nots. And if you look up at the likes of Plymouth, Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday and Posh up there with the plus 30 goals, then look down, Exeter can kind of keep pace in that regard. So they are a decent side with a decent front three as well. Let's just say it's coming home. There we go. We love to see that. Afternoon, Jay, welcome. Mind blown over. Afternoon, anyway. Liam, welcome. Luke, hello. Annie, skip intro. 3-1 Town. Yes, please. That sounds nice. 2-2 Liam. 2-all draw. A couple of 2-alls in there. Sounds fairly likely given the two sides. Morning, Oliver. Going to give this a watch. Seeing quite a few Ipswich fans across Europe, because Ipswich are massive, Oliver. Right, now I'm going to be impartial today while we're doing this. Right, let's go through the teams then in this one. Let me just fix that on the other screen. By the way, please do us a favour. Hit that like button nice and early in the show. See if we can draw as many people as we can. Hey, from Oz. Ewan, at the match today, up the Grecians. Ruby as well, up the Grecians. Nice to see some Exeter fans there. Let's go for 5-5. We'll all take on a watch along as well, won't we? Let's get the teams up here. So, Exeter in goal. Blackman, who on the channel we've covered quite a few times on his various loans. I think most notably Sheffield United, I would guess, around 2017, possibly. Hartridge, Sweeney, and Key are the back three. Key, I believe, and one of the Exeter fans will correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, is actually a wide player tucking in there at centre half. So look out for him going forward. He should have more tricks than your average centre back in his locker. Caprice down the right, Sparks down the left. We think Kite will play in central midfield. I agree with that, actually. And Dieng will be the number 10. Collins, look out for him as well. Good player in central midfield. Now, normally, we do get a very attacking front three from Exeter of Brown, Nombe and Stansfield. We'll talk about the strikers in a second. It looks like they've gone just slightly more conservative, and that may well turn into a midfield three and a front two, because Dieng normally plays a little bit further back, and they will have the option with some good attackers on the bench, let's just say. And speaking of good attackers, Jay Stansfield is on loan from Fulham, excellent player. And Brown has got like a zillion goal contributions. I think he's tied up with Collins of Bristol Rovers for the most goal contributions in the league. So very good attackers, Exeter. And as I said, on the bench, look out for Nombe. I think Jay started the last game as well. So they've got good options. And when they do get all three of those on the pitch, Brown, Nombe and Stansfield, very, very, very good. I'll say as an Ipswich fan, very good attacking options do Exeter. We do the Ipswich team in a sec. Let me just read some comments. 3-1 Ipswich. That sounds okay to me, but I'm supposed to be impartial today, aren't I? A couple of 3-1s. Blackman was at Huddersfield last season. Was he? I didn't even remember that happening, Oliver. 2-0 Town. Key, usually a wing back. Yes, indeed, Ruby. So, yeah, look out for him getting forward down the side. Is Pereira Kamara the same as Panucci Kamara? Should be if he's down. If he's down as Pereira, I'm not sure why that would be, but yeah, signed from. Who did Ipswich sign him from? Plymouth, wasn't it? Collins, very good player. Yes, we're looking out for him. Number 8 in the central midfield. Blackman, decent keeper. Stansfield is decent. He's been around the world. I love that. That's tremendous. I've stolen your light, Lee. Yes, it is behind me. Just can you see it in the shot? There you go. We'll ruin the illusion of it there. Leave my bias at the door. That's going to be tricky today, but I will try my best. Was on loan from LA to Huddersfield. Yeah, there we go. There is Sammy Morsey and Christian Walton in the tunnel, ready to go. Sammy Morsey's having a good laugh with the ref before he inevitably will book him later on. The Ipswich team, and one of the Ipswich fans in the chat will correct me, I think is unchanged from the draw last week. Disappointing draw at home to Cheltenham. Walton in goal. Denassi. No, it's not. No, because Burgess would have come in. Sorry, I will take that back. So, yeah, Burgess in for Edmondson, I guess, would be the only change. So, Walton in goal. I'll start over. Denassi, Wolfenden and Burgess. Davis and Burns. Burns obviously close to the World Cup squad. Didn't quite make it over to Qatar. They're the wing backs. Morsey and Humphreys. Look out for Humphreys. It's going to be a difficult one for him today. A youngster, very good, very big fan of him, but he's going in, and we think Exeter are probably going to have 3 bodies in there. So maybe, and I think most of us, if we were manager of Exeter, would be saying, look, he's a good player, but he's young. Get about Humphreys. Hopefully Morsey, from an Ipswich point of view, will look after him. And some good quality there for Ipswich up top. Chaplin, Harness, and Ladapo. On the bench for Ipswich, I have made Jackson, Edwards, Vincent Young, Kamara, Edmondson, Gladkey. I didn't do the whole bench for Exeter, just focused on Nombe and Jay, but also from the bottom, Beardmore, Lee, Grounds, Diabate, and excuse my pronunciation, Chauke. One of the Exeter fans will correct me, no doubt, on that obliteration of that name. Right, get your predictions in. We have had plenty of them already. How do you see this one going? What are your pre-game predictions here? Exeter versus Ipswich. We're about a minute from kickoff. Let me do a few more comments. Blackman was waving. He didn't have a good time at Rotherham, did he? Colts, Ipswich to get the win 3-2. Plymouth manager signed a new deal. Yes, he did. Very well deserved new deal as well. Chaplin did pretty decent. Yeah, big fan of Chaplin. Was actually when he was playing in the Championship for Barnsley. This game could only be better than the ball draw last night. I did not watch last night. Alistair, not watching the Ipswich game yet. Watching FIFA Uncovered on Netflix. Well, there you go. 2-0 Ipswich, yes, please. 2-1 Ipswich, yes, please. 3-2. Yeah, I'll take it. Do not, and I'm sure you people aren't underestimating Exeter, but don't underestimate their ability, certainly in an attacking sense. A good side. Exeter, who have recently changed manager. They had Matt Taylor there for quite a while, actually, and Gary Caldwell, which was a little bit of a surprise. I expected Exeter to come up with some, 31-year-old I'd never heard of or something of that nature. But Caldwell, nice and experienced, has come in. Looks like we are just about ready to go. Afternoon, Stephen. Guys, can we get ourselves a like spike? Please do hit the like button. Really, really helps out with these watch-alongs. If you hit like, then it will recommend it to more people, and they might come and join us and join in the debate and the discussion here. So Exeter versus Ipswich. Again, Ipswich with a chance to just close up on Plymouth. They can't get past them or tie them up. Exeter with a chance to be just outside the playoff positions. I'll sit back a little bit. I've put a light over there to try and do this professionally, but I'm a bit shady, and then I'm a bit too light depending on where I sit. Right, we are good to go. I am watching on Sky Sports Football HD. If you're watching on a smart TV or on Sky Go or on Now TV or anything like that, you might get a bit behind me. So make sure you pause me. Remember, the chat will still be going in real time if you're wanting to avoid spoilers. And we are off. 3-1 Ipswich. That sounds nice to me. Talking to manager surprises. Colo Torre to Wigan. I'm all for it. The more big name managers we get in the Championship, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Right, I will give you time sync as soon as I can. Throw in to Exeter, and Collins gets his first touch in central midfield. Looked like a foul, that one. Ladapo there on Sweeney, just letting him know he's there early doors, to use a good couple of Ron Atkinsons there. 2-0 Ipswich. I'll take it. If Argyle lose the bet, that means Ipswich move up. Argyle have never been unbeaten this. I think Ipswich are too far behind, aren't they? Is that right? I can't remember. We'll get the tables up as we go. In fact, I can get it up there. No, yeah, they can't catch them today. The gap, 4 points. Obviously, the table has currently added a point on for both sides, as that one is shepherded through to Walton in the Ipswich goal. Now, Walton, I'm a big fan of. He's been on the Blue Monday podcast with Richard. You can check the interview out over on the Blue Monday channel. But he's had a couple of little errors in the past couple of games against Cheltenham and against Charlton as well. So he will be hoping for an errorless game and a clean sheet today. Let's just say he's on the ball now. Danassian knocks it back to him, which will try now and build up possession. That's Burgess in the mask into Humphreys and back to Burgess. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Wolfenden. Going to hit a big diag. Look for Leif Davis. Caprice heads into Key, who's going to just clear his lines, boot that down the ground. No risks taken. That is swept up in midfield. Nice feet there by Kite. And maybe I'm going to be wrong about that. Maybe Kite's going to play in the 10. We'll find out in a minute. Here comes Caprice. Back to Key. Caprice. Lots of space for the cross. Doesn't get closed down. Oof. Great defending by Ipswich there at all. Here is Caprice. Nice feet. Davis going the wrong way there. I wonder whether he could have carried on inside him. Harness comes back to help. Oh, it's going to be a throw into Ipswich. Not entirely sure quite what happened there in terms of who that came off last, but there we go. Does League One keep going? Yes, League One are going right the way through, although I think, is it the FA Cup next week, possibly? So they're still playing, but there is kind of a little lull in proceedings for a week. Mr. Białkowski is available. Is he? I doubt they'll sell, will they? Ex-Premier League don't survive in the most intense in the world. That one is heading away. Throw in for Exeter down the left. Time check, please. Sorry, Chris. We'll give you one in about 20 seconds. 3:43. I'll try and give you a proper time check, and we can all get synced up. Exeter and Ipswich have local derbies with clubs that are all over 40 miles away. Yeah. Don't be lulled into thinking that doesn't make them quite as intense. If anything, it makes them more. Sorry, Chris. That was 4 minutes just there. I'll try and do a proper one on 5 minutes. Someone remind me just before 5 minutes to do a time sink. Headed away by Donasian. Chaplin gets up well, but Exeter have won that back. Dieng slides that into the danger man, Brown. Sparks inside. Hartridge knocks it into the channel, and that one's easy for Walton to gather. Welcome, Matthew. Thank you for the heart as well. Muchly appreciated. Donasian carries this one forward from right centre back. I wonder if I sit back a bit. Am I bright that side? That's that light, isn't it? I'm no pro when it comes to lighting. Right, we're going to give you a time sync now. 5 minutes in 3, 2, 1, sync. There you go. Not the best one I've ever done, but that was indeed the 5-minute mark. Free kick to Ipswich inside the Exeter half. I'm not going to stick it in the box, I don't think, but it's a chance to bring the team up the pitch a little bit. Burgess has got it. It's back in their own half now. Davis. Give and go with harness. Good football that. Here comes Davis. Into the box, actually. Really good play there by Leif. Davis wins Ipswich a corner. First one of the game. For either side, coming up 6 minutes in. Mere corner to Ipswich from left-hand side. Davis himself will take it. In it goes out swinger. Chaplin was actually unmarked there, and he jumped way too early, and bad header, in fact. And he's holding his head because he probably realised he'd got away from his marker. Sweeney, in fact, who's one of the centre halves, should know better. Oh no, sorry, I apologise to him. He was covering Wolfenden on the back post. The lights must be okay. You're bright another day with the watch. Well, thank you very, very much, Jay. And thank you, Stephen. Big boot down the ground. Cleared away. Donasian onto it. Fizzes it into Morsey. Morsey says, how am I supposed to control that? And it's going to be an Exeter throw in. Sparks will take it, the left wing back. 7 gone, 0-0. Here is Hartridge. Sparks down the line, poor ball. Straight to Donasian, who seems to have had loads of touches. That's the worst touch he's had, and gives it away. Kite tried to play it into Stansfield, but he, in turn, then gives it away. Who's the ref? Good question. If I click on facts down here, will it tell me? Alan Young. Referee Young today. Let's hope. We don't even notice him, hey? 2-1 Exeter, says Bora. New predictions in. Ewan, Alan Young, thank you. There you go. Scurrilous rumours. Is that about Bart? There you go. Scurrilous. Fake news. The fake news sin bin was actually opened the other day for the first time in many years. Referee Stroud not here today, no. He's too good for League One, apparently, Matthew. Well, I wonder whether the Championship refs will get some League One games now. Sparks, I've heard he's got electric pace. If you want Jay put in the sin bin after that, do let me know in the chat. That's appalling, Joe. 7 reds in 14 games this season. Woof. So there's a 50-50 chance we're getting a red card today based on previous form from referee Young. Sparks, ex-Barnet. Yes, indeed. I was at a brilliant FA Cup game at Barnet, in fact, where Sparks smashed in one from outside the box against Brentford. I think that one ended 3-3, actually. Might have been on ITV as well. Tremendous game. I'll put myself in it. Well volunteered, Jay. That means you don't have to go in. All dad jokes will be resulted in the sin bin. Oh, really poor from Sparks. Gives it away. It's allowed Ipswich a nice position here. Chaplin puts the cross in and Harness. Oh, good save from Blackman. Harness still within the 6-yard box. Oh, big chance for Ipswich there. Probably should have taken the lead. It was a giveaway initially from Sparks, crossed in from the right, and Harness sort of poked it goal. It was goalkeeping actually from Blackman, considering how close that was in. Lovely cross from Chaplin. Brilliant cross, in fact. Just needed to get that to change direction in some way. Harness is only about 4 yards out. Oh, sorry, I'm staying correct. He's just on the 6-yard line. And as I say, any real, if we can just change the height of that or the direction, in it goes. So best chance of the game there falls to Ipswich. Here comes Harness again. Coming together there between he and Sweeney. No foul. And cleared by Sparks as far as Morsey. Ipswich just getting on top in this one now. Humphreys back to Morsey. Morsey tries to dink it over the top. Harness heads down. Ladapo heads in to the back of the net. And Ipswich have the lead. Ladapo's barely had a touch in this game, but he has opened the scoring here just shy of 11 minutes. Ipswich just starting to get things going there. They've made one big chance, and literally a minute later, the pressure tells it's really good from Morsey, who dinks this ball over the top to Harness. Poor from Sparks. Again, he doesn't pick him up. He heads it across. Exeter will not be at all happy with the defending for that goal, but Ladapo heads it in. And Ipswich lead 1-0. Great start. Get your thoughts in on the goal. Ladapo, the scorer, scored in Ipswich's last 4 away games, Sky Sports tell us. Impressive run for Freddie Ladapo. I think that is 6 for the season. Kieran McKenna, the Ipswich manager, unmoved, looks as calm as ever. Such a bad goal to concede. Defence all over the place. I do agree. Ewan, they really got caught out with a straight ball over the top and runners coming outside in. At least your current Sparks, what his strike rate is like. Any dad jokes will be punished, David, particularly on Sparks, the wing back. Ipswich lead 1-0 early in this one. Freddie Ladapo is the goal scorer. Harness gets the assist. Keep those comments coming. That goal probably means that Exeter, not that they'll panic early in the game. Always, speaking of not panicking, Walton has to deal with a back pass very, very close in and does so. That does mean any plan, though, for Exeter in terms of sitting in now at some point during the game has to go out of the proverbial window. But they're on the ball now, the Grecians. Collins, lovely little dink over the top. Is Brown offside? Yes, indeed. He is. He didn't quite time the run. Colt, what's my opinion of Marcus Harness? So just looking at the goal again. I don't want to be critical here. It's very bad defending in terms of tracking runners there. I guess they were trying to hold the offside line. Exeter, and Ladapo then just runs in behind them. But yeah, not great. What's your opinion of Marcus Harness? Very, very like him a lot, actually. Good finisher. Tends to pop up at the key moments, as you've seen just then. Yes, says skip intro. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm impartial, I promise. Am I going to do World Cup watch-alongs? Yes, JYE, many of them, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Ipswich might be getting promoted. Believe. No comment. Who's Rakeem Harper with now? I don't know. Where is Rakeem Harper? Oh, flicked on. Here is Burns into the box. Ipswich, low cross by Burns. Oh, goes all the way through. Goodness me. Anyone free there could have knocked that one into the net. Just flew across the box. Ipswich certainly creating the better openings in the early going. Here's Burns to Harness. Harness tries to turn outside. Decent tackle by Key. Oh, it's broken nicely. Bit of luck there to Ladapo, who's in the box on the right. Ladapo knocks it back. Harness clips it into the far post. Very good punch by Blackman. Ipswich keeping the pressure on. Here's Humphreys, edge of the box. Davis. This is really good from Ipswich. Humphreys, his cross is charged down. Joshy, Exeter look poor. I don't necessarily would necessarily agree that Exeter look poor. Josh, I think Ipswich have hemmed them back fairly well in the first 15 minutes, though. Tossed in to Ladapo. Caprice is going to clear this one away. Mythbusters are gone always. Nonsense, isn't it? Everyone moans when the watch-alongs are 0-0. But Liam is totally right. They're very rarely 0-0, aren't they? It's just when people make the most whingy noises. I understand we love goals. And we've already got one in this one for Freddie Ladapo, which is lead 1-0. Danasian. Excellent from Burns. Through the legs. Back to Danasian. And his cross is charged down by Kite for an Ipswich throw. Thrown into Morsey, whose shot, is charged down. Morsey, I think, telling the Ipswich, oh no, he's saying the ball's flat. And here comes another one. Harper currently, oh, there you go. He'll be exempt from play. I don't think he's been in the team. To be honest, weird one, Rakeem Harper. Can look a very, very good player, but not quite able to put it together career-wise yet. Danasian, long throw into the box, headed clear. Morsey heads it back. Dieng wins the header, but Davis sweeps it up. Burgess. Davis back to Wolfenden. Ipswich playing well here. Danasian. Danasian to Burns. Back to Danasian, who's getting further and further forward. The Ipswich centre-back wins another throw-in. Kite with the tackle. Burns to Chaplin. Danasian flips that one inside to Burns. Morsey, it's excellent play. Back to Burns. Burns crosses to the back stick. Davis keeps it alive. Ladapo has gone loose. Ladapo knocks it back. Davis, Exeter can't get a kick. Harness, edge of the box. Harness with the curling shot. Charged down. And I think any neutral would admit now Ipswich really dominating this one for the past, certainly since before the goal, actually. From about the 8-9 minute mark, Ipswich have been well on top. And they've got another corner here. In it comes, headed clear. Davis put the corner in. Morsey sweeps it up. Stansfield tracks him. It's good from Morsey. Lovely play by Morsey. Humphreys down the line to Harness, crossing position. Harness puts it into the back post, headed away by Dieng. And the blue wave continues. Chaplin thought he got fouled. Did he get fouled the second time? No. Referee Young says no both times. And Exeter finally get a kick. Cleared to halfway. One back by Ipswich. Just seen Grounds on the Exeter bench. Thought he'd retired. No, you can still find him. John, as a Forest fan, League One is a brilliant thing. League One is a nightmare for clubs the size of Forest and Ipswich. Yes, it is. Yeah. Teams tend to like beating the perceived big clubs with big histories when they're down in League One. When England won the World Cup in 1966, I was 138 days old. Well, there you go. You have kind of witnessed, probably not. You were around for an England World Cup win. I'm sure we'd all be love to be around for another England World Cup win. And we can all keep our fingers crossed in that regard. 20 minutes coming up in this one. Please do hit the like button if you're watching the stream right now. Sweeney knocks that one out to K. Collins. Caprice. Brown. Nice little exchange of passes. That's good from Exeter. Brown down the line looking for Caprice. His cross is charged down by Davis, who defended that nicely. Headed clear. Kite. Back to Key. To Caprice. To Brown. Back to Caprice. Exeter just getting a bit of a foothold after Ipswich had been fairly dominant for about 10 minutes or so. Here's Kite. Kite just knocks that one back in to Collins. Exeter building up nicely. Key to Caprice. Ipswich back in shape, though. Nowhere really for Caprice to go other than down the line. He's done really well, though. Good cross as well. And Danassian heads that one away. Davis, the left wing back for Ipswich, did a good job stopping the first cross from Caprice. Didn't stop the second one. Good play from the Exeter wing back. And the Grecians have a corner. Who do I think will win the World Cup, Ross? If only I'd done a video on this. My full predictions are up and available, so I won't spoil them. Can give that a click. If England make the final this time, it's on my birthday. Very nice too. In comes the corner from Exeter, and Brown headed up in the air. Still alive. Oh, huge chance there. Horrible defending by Ipswich. Then Hartridge it fell to. Really poor from Ipswich, that. Up in the air it went. They all get sucked under the ball. It's then hooked back in. And I think 3 players just leave Hartridge. I mean, I was going to say if that had been one of the strikers, the movement was actually very good from Hartridge. You'd think one of the strikers would have been able to finish that. Big chance for Exeter there. Walton gathers that. Ipswich a let off there. Poor defending on the back stick there. Wenlock, surprised Wes Burns isn't in Qatar. Good backup to Connor Roberts and Nico Williams. I think Chris Gunter is the only backup. Yeah, they've been very high, Wenlock, on taking the likes of Gunter, Williams, who are playing in League Two, aren't they? I mean, Williams is a good player, I have to say. Gunter's 35, isn't he? To try and keep the core that was there in 2016 with Ramsey and Bale and the like. When do the beers come out? But well, funny you should mention that. But we did open a bottle of wine last night, Jay, and there's most of it left. So I will partake in an adult beverage at some point today. That certainly will not be at 12:25, though. I have to say, maybe more at 1 minute past 7 when Enid has gone to bed. Do you think? Or shall we crack on beforehand? I'll see if I can get permission from Shady, who's currently, I don't even know where she's gone. She's gone to some shopping mall with Enid and one of her friends. I wonder what goodies will arrive back with those guys. Plenty, I'm sure. So Exeter just on top for this last 2-3 minutes. Had the best chance there from that set play. Sparks knocks that one forward. Burgess goes home to Walton, who clears a little bit uncomfortably with his left foot, but gets good distance on the clearance. Caprice, who looks decent going forward, doesn't he? Put that put that cross in to win the corner a couple of minutes ago for Exeter. Oof, that one nearly went loose. Ladapo. Hartridge gets it clear. Goal kick to Ipswich. Potential for a glass of wine with every Ipswich goal. Well, I'm stuck in the garage office here, so no access to the fridge, which is probably a good thing. I think Burns is a victim of Ipswich system in terms of Wales selection. Yeah, maybe so. I have to say, not that familiar with what system the Welsh are going to be playing. If it's a back four, then skip intro is probably right in that regard. Knocked into the channel there by Ipswich, gone all the way through to Jamal Blackman in goal for Exeter. One of the best goals in the World Cup was Dennis Bergkamp's winner v Argentina. I remember it well. I remember Barry Davis, my favourite ever football commentator, getting very, very excited when it went in as well. In fact, strangely for him, probably too excited. We spoke about Barry Davis in the interview we had, the live stream actually, with Ian Danter of TalkSport, who came on the channel, great commentator himself. So if you want to click back and watch that, he'll tell you in far more technical terms than I ever could. Caprice, nice ball into the channel. Brown has found a pocket again. He's got very dangerous movement, Giovanni Brown, hasn't he? He's tried that run a couple of times just off the back. It's excellent from both Brown and Caprice, who's playing well, actually, the right wing back. Exeter win another corner, and they caused plenty of trouble from the last one. I think we would all agree, having their very decent chance for Hartridge there. It's from the same side. Exeter had gone short. This time it's gone to Kite, edge of the box, and Sparks with a pretty dreadful shot, which, looking at the Exeter Stadium, is probably gone into someone's front garden there. Unless they've got some nets up. Yeah. Out of the ground and down the road. That one goes from Sparks. Ian Danter, what a legend. Absolutely. I think he's out in Qatar now, Dance, Jay. So he'll probably be worked very hard. He's probably doing a game every single day, isn't he? Looking at that World Cup schedule. Burgess for Ipswich. 26 on the clock. Ipswich lead 1-0. The Ipswich dominance has, I'd probably say Exeter have been on top for the last 5-6 minutes now. Ipswich totally dominant between about 8 and 20 on the clock. Did have opportunities for more than the goal they've got, actually. Harness with a very good chance. I think that might have been at 0-0. Here is Sparks once again. It's back with Hartridge. Good press from Ipswich. Chaplin on the move. Harness trying to join in. It's good play by Exeter. Kite. Key carries it forward. That's really good play from Key all the way into the box. Just shouldered off it in the end, and Burgess is covering. But we mentioned Key, a qualified, I think, wing-back, isn't he, playing at centre-back, so certainly good going forward. Heart-in-mouth moment there for Hartridge. Chaplin wins that, tells Morsey to slow down. Ladapo, Humphreys, Burgess, and Ipswich do completely slow down. Wolfenden just puts his foot on the ball. Donassian. Burns closed down there. And here is Wolfenden again. Almost feels like Chaplin's message, I don't know whether it would come from the bench, but just slow the tempo down and try and regain control. Seems sensible. To be fair, the bench is that side, so maybe Chaplin was just passing on an instruction to his captain there. Fouled by Dieng on Humphreys. Last 10 minutes possession, Sky tell us. Exeter 66%, which kind of chimes with what I've been saying. They've been the better side for certainly that period of the game. Wolfenden, Morsey, bit of space for Humphreys to step into now. Humphreys feeds down the line to Davis, back to Humphreys, crossing position, doesn't stick it in the box. Davis give and go. Humphreys gets the cross in now. It's excellent from Humphreys to the edge of the box. Morsey to Burns. Danassian overlaps. Burns ignores him, crosses it to the back post. Probably being shouted at for that right now. And I think the offside flag has gone. Ben, what are my thoughts on Infantino's comments today? Now, I want to get this right, Anir. So if you can copy and paste them and stick them in the chat, I will happily comment on them. What is Infantino's position as well? He's head of FIFA, is that right? He's not UEFA, is he? I want to get all this right before I comment. We know how emotions are running over in Qatar at the moment and around the world in response to the World Cup being in that particular nation. So I'll be very selective in what I say and careful, as we all should when we're speaking about things of such nature. Here's Collins. He's been a bit quiet, hasn't he? Lovely drift by Collins past Humphreys. It's really good from the central midfielder. Out it goes to Caprice, who I've enjoyed, the Exeter wing back. Back it goes to Key. Oh, Key comes inside, outside USA. Davis gets a foot in the end, and Key just lost his footing and fouled Harness. There we go. Thanks, Annie. Today I feel Qatari. Today I feel Arab. Today I feel African. Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled. Today I feel a migrant worker. I've got no idea what he's trying to achieve by saying that. Is he the head of FIFA? Can someone let me know in the chat? If he is the head of FIFA, I think a lot of people are going to find those comments a little bit tone deaf, to be honest. Yeah, it's all very well raising those particular causes, but what are you going to do about it? We can go to Q&A, by the way, at half time. Phil on Facebook, I agree with your sentiments, but I can't put that lovely F word up in the chat. But yes, indeed. Up the town, says Phil, with a lovely F word in the middle of it. We'll keep it family friendly. He is president of FIFA. Okay, yeah. Feels a little bit like lip service, maybe a little bit too little, too late. But hey, we're all striving for improvement, aren't we? Personally, and as organisations, I'm sure FIFA are striving for improvement. So progress is something that we'd like to see everybody making, especially FIFA. FIFA, yeah, I haven't watched this. I will. Would you recommend, you guys who've watched this FIFA doc, me giving it a look, or is it just going to wind me up? Del, what minute of the game am I on? I'm going to give you a time sync, Del. In about 5 seconds, I'm going to be on 33 minutes. 3, 2, 1, sync. We're watching on Sky Sports Football HD on a dish. So if you're on Wi-Fi on Now TV or on Smart TV, you'll probably be behind. So people like Dale, feel free to hit pause in the chat. Stock up your questions for halftime. As ever, we will go to a halftime Q&A. And we'll do a bit on the game. We'll look at the numbers and then we can talk about anything you like. As always, I appreciate you all watching. Great fun to watch the game together. I'm giving you my thoughts. Give me yours in the chat. And do hit that like button. If you're watching right now, hit thumbs up, give us a like, spike, and hopefully we can reach as many people as possible. Legend, says Dale. Thank you very much. You too, my friend. FIFA General Secretary. Indeed. There, the stagecoach Adam Stansfield stand. I'm sure we've all been in touch with that particular story. Adam Stansfield, an Exeter player, tragically died very young, and his son, Jay, is now on loan. And I believe, I don't want to get this wrong, I believe the shirt was retired. Is that right? Apologies if I've got that wrong, because I know it's a emotive subject, and Stansfield is now wearing it, but certainly a nice story in very tragic circumstances. Wenlock, furthest I've ever travelled for a football match would be to the San Siro in Milan to see Ipswich play in the UEFA Cup in the year 2000. I'll get the wrong year here. So they got promoted in 2000. I think it was late 2001, possibly. One of the Ipswich fans will tell me that I've got the wrong year if I have indeed got the wrong year. Caprice down the right-hand side. He's looked at danger. Sticks the cross in, looking for Stansfield. Headed up in the air by Danassian. Burns gets a decent header. Chaplin hooks half clear. Here's Dieng. Dieng to Collins. Good ball by Collins. Out to Caprice, who's, I would say, been Exeter's best player down that right-hand side. Caprice hits the deck, and it will be a goal kick to Ipswich. Sam, championship goal of the season so far. Oh, God, that's a good question. Do you know what I should do, Sam? I've done my goal of the round in all of the review shows. Obviously, we missed that review week when I got COVID, so I will have missed one of them. I'm trying to think. Wasn't there one ridiculous passing goal by Sunderland, wasn't it? I'll go for that one. Was it Jack Clark? Sunderland and Reading? Cameron Humphreys is down injured at the moment. And any Ipswich fan will know that is not good news at all, with Lee Evans and Dom Bull, two of Ipswich's centre midfielders, injured. Kieran McKenna's just giving some instructions to... I don't like the term, his two number 10s, because they're not number 10s, are they? They're inside forwards, but a lot of people tend to use that. Multiple 10s, Chaplin and Harness. Look like they're just working on some tactical stuff there. Well worth a watch. It flabbered my ghast. Indeed. Jim, welcome. Luke, how do I think Rob Edwards will do at Luton? Well, we're just having a drinks break, by the way. 37 gone well. Cameron Humphreys is getting some treatment, so we can answer some questions. How do I think Rob Edwards? So let me put that on the screen when I answer it. I think he will do well, and I think he will certainly be there longer than he was at Watford. The issue with Luton is that Jones was so ingrained within the club. We're just watching the goal back, actually. Sorry, Luke, I will answer this question. Is this good movement? Oh, they really lose him badly, don't they? It is Sweeney and Key. Maybe we can give Key a pass. He's not a centre-half by trade, but Ladapo gets in between the two centre-halves for the goal. And they just lose him, don't they? Yeah, so sorry. The issue that someone like Rob Edwards has got at Luton is that Nathan Jones has set the bar so high with an excellent job there. Will he finish as high as Jones did? Probably not. Where did Luton finish last season? 6th, wasn't it? Which is a brilliant finish. Will he do a good job? I suspect he will. And I would maintain, on the basis of budgets, a good job at Luton is top half, top 10. I'm cheering on Exeter, says Jim. Oh, he's a Wednesday fan, isn't he? That's allowed. Carlisle, Amsterdam Arena. Do you know, I was going to go on a tour of the Amsterdam Arena when I was in Amsterdam, and we didn't quite find time. It's quite far outside the city, isn't it? Clark at Reading, great shout. Sarr at West Brom. I was there. Definitely the best goal I've seen in the flesh this season. Clipped forward there by Key. Collins knocks that down the line to Caprice. Nice feet again by Caprice. Good player, isn't he? The Exeter right wing back. Knocked inside to Brown. He just gets a half heavy touch, half tackled really, and Ladapo comes away with it. He's all on his lonesome down the left, has to come back, and a bit of a hospital ball there for Davis, who deals with it. And then foolhardily booted down the line by Burns and Burgess. Ladapo saying, well, I've just come from here. I could have kept running if you're going to just hoof the ball down there. You can't judge Edwards as of yet, as he inherited Jed. Well, Stephen, we try our best to indulge everybody and their free speech right here on the channel. So let's not be telling people what they can and can't do and can and can't say. Anybody has the right to judge any manager. We're making a prediction, of course, and I was asked the question, and that is indeed my prediction. Do I think Bielsa is going to Bournemouth? I would love to see it as well, JYE. Love that Leeds team, particularly in... do you know what? I probably loved them more in the season they didn't go up than they did. But there you go. They came up against a very good Norwich side, a very good Sheffield United side, and then collapsed in the playoffs, didn't they? Brown trying to break away. Burgess just stands his ground. We'll go full Q&A in the comments, but I'm enjoying your questions, guys. Here is Donasian. Donasian no-look pass into Chaplin, who has to come very deep and just give it straight back to Wolfenden. Cleared away. Brown has gone down. He stayed down, actually. Here comes Ladapo, though. Ladapo's got Davis outside of him. He turns the other way. Good play by Ladapo. Donasian's got a load of space now. Can he get a decent cross in? Yes, he can. But it's Chaplin, who's about 5'6", I'd imagine. Can someone look up Connor Chaplin's height? He's not a tall player at all. And I speak as a man who's not very tall. I'm 5'8.5" myself. I bet I'm taller than Connor Chaplin, though. That goes all the way through to Blackman in goal. My uncle is an Ipswich season to goal. So the banter has been great. The reason Jim is saying that is because there is the potential for the top three. Just having a look at the hyper slow-mo of Burgess on Brown. We see these things. His foot does come down on top. Looked like a racing incident to me, rather than any kind of stomp, but certainly a painful one for Giovanni Brown. Chaplin is 1.68 meters. What's that in feet and inches, Stephen? That's my reference point. Riley McGree's goal against Norwich will be up there for championship goal of the season so far. Yeah, it's a great stroke, wasn't it? 5'5". He's tiny. There we go. Infantino has difficulty understanding the criticism. Did he say that? Are these quotes from him? This one-sided moral lesson is just hypocrisy. I wonder why no one recognises the progress here since 2016. Interesting. There we go. First ground I saw game live at was Portman Road. Stephen, I didn't say that. I said just judge him yet. True. Just be careful with telling people what they can and can't say, though, Stephen. I respect your opinion, but we do want to foster an atmosphere where people can give their views on anything they want, really. But you make a reasonable point. But I was asked the question how I thought he would do, and I was just giving an answer. First game I ever saw live was at Portman Road. Me too, unsurprisingly, being an Ipswich fan. Can Exeter score first half? They had one good spell, Granger, ML, and one really good chance, actually, from a set play, indeed. But no joy. I can see the Ipswich fans there queuing for an alcoholic beverage, by the look of it, in the gap between the stands. October 96 v Palace in the Cup. Do you know what? I reckon I was probably there, Jim. When I was a kid, used to go to a load of the games. 4-1 in the Cup. Who scored? I've got to the age now where there's plenty of football matches I went to that I've completely forgotten. So there we go. His Harness, heavy touch there, gives that one away. Morsey, Harness. Here is Wolfenden to Morsey, back to Wolfenden. Morsey, the central midfielder, actually behind in the old sweeper position there. Wolfenden looking for that pass. He looks for a fair amount there, trying to switch the play, but it is headed clear. Granger, you better make sure Exeter score okay. Okay, I'm on it. I have no say in such things, but there you go. Matthew and Mason ×2. Oh, they were great, weren't they? Danasian pings that one down the line. Bounces high up in the air. We've already established. Connor Chapman is not going to win very much in the air. And the ball is back with Blackman. Guys, keep your comments coming in. John and David, I'm not ignoring your comments. I'll save them for half time because requires more thought in terms of if it's socio-political stuff that stresses my brain. Here comes Burns down the right, fouled there by Sparks. If he did that deliberately, he may well be getting a yellow card for that. Yes, indeed, he does. Oh, for F's sake, says Sparks. Was that just a coming together? Oh, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell there. If that's just a coming together, he's a bit unlucky there. And that is just a coming together. I think the Exeter wing-back's a bit unlucky there, I have to say. They're running together. He runs across him. He does bring him down, but there's, in my opinion, and only Sparks will know, that's just a coming together. But it's a free kick in a dangerous position, nonetheless, for Ipswich. We're into stoppage time, by the way. And Leif Davis is going to ping this one in from the right-hand side with the left foot. So it's going to be an in-swinger. Davis puts it into the near post. Chaplin was there. It's a really good tackle. Forgive me, Collins, the Exeter central midfielder, makes the block. It's a fairly dangerous free kick, actually, pinged right into the near post. If Chaplin had redirected it, it's only a few yards from goal. Well defended by Collins, the Exeter number 8. Dieng wins that in midfield. We are 47-23 into a first half that will be a minimum of 48 minutes long. Matty, how are Ipswich playing? Just kind of hanging in there at the moment. They were really good from about 8-20 where they took the lead. Exeter were probably, I would say, much the better side from then about 20-30. It's been reasonably even since then. Ipswich lead 1-0. Exeter not really making any big chances other than, I think it was Hartridge from the set play. Walton to Wolfenden inside his own box. Oh, goodness me. Ipswich playing out from the back fairly effectively, actually. I'm still sitting here a little bit concerned with that ball pinging across the 6-yard box. And it is indeed half time here. We will go to, guys, half-time Q&A in just a sec. So get your questions and I will scroll up and read a few of those ones about the FIFA General Secretary Infantino's comments today, which have seemingly wound up a few of the chat. I'll give my view in just a sec. So this is Exeter 0, Ipswich 1. My view, I'll give you the numbers in a second. is that Ipswich started really nicely and were excellent from sort of 8 minutes through to about 20. Took the lead in their good spell, which you have to do when you're on top. It was Ladapo with the goal. The defending was not great from Exeter. There was a mistake from Sparks in the build-up, and then when the ball's pinged over, I think Sweeney and Key both completely lose Ladapo, the goal scorer. But two things are always true. We can be critical and we can praise a good movement from Ladapo and a really good header for what I think is his 6th goal of the season. He scored in Ipswich's last 4 away games. So Sky Sports tell me. Exeter with a better side then for the next 10 minutes. They forced one really decent chance from Hartridge from the set play. It was good movement from Hartridge. I do feel if that had been one of the strikers, maybe Exeter would have equalised there. He just snatched at it a little bit. Didn't get great connection, but again, it was good movement by Hartridge and some pretty shoddy defending actually from Ipswich from that set play. Let's bring the numbers up just to see if that chimes with my eye test. And 53-47, so fairly tight on the possession, just in Ipswich's favour, but not really enough in it for that to be a relevant stat to look at. XG, a lot in it actually, 0.78 to 0.16 in Ipswich's favour, 6 shots to 2, 2 big chances to 1. And as you can see there, the passing stats, nice and tight. Can I get you a live league table, guys? We love a live league table. And that is what it looks like at the moment. A win for Ipswich would pop them to within 1 point of Plymouth. But let's be honest, Plymouth are playing Burton next, it says there. So we would expect another 3 points to go on for Plymouth, who have been superbly good this season, haven't they? Bad news, of course, for Sheffield Wednesday, who had... as you can see there, had a good catch-up of Ipswich, taken 4 points out of them in the last 2 games. Exeter would be at risk of maybe dropping a couple of places. In fact, let me do a proper scroll. A few teams, in fact, a lot of teams could go above Exeter with wins this afternoon. Hopefully that's cleared all of that up. Let's go to some questions. Let's get Let's get that chat, whichever is the correct word, full of questions. We'll do a bit of a half-time Q&A here. Let's go to some of these comments. There's a few of you have been asking about FIFA and Mr. Infantino, who must have been doing a big press conference this season. And we got some quotes from him. Infantino thinks, oh, no, I think it's not a quote. I'm not allowed to call out 21st century human rights abuses because some of my ancestors from late Neolithic period might have been gits. I think we might be going into the extremes there, John, but I accept the point that you are making. It does become a race to the he said, she said, and we get a little bit distracted from the issue. And I think the issue for everybody is certain attitudes in that particular country that the World Cup is taking place that could be perhaps progressed, which I think we would all agree with it. We've got a couple of more quotes here. It's not easy to take critics of the decision that was made 12 years ago. Qatar is ready. It will be the World Cup, the best World Cup ever. I'm sure Qatar is ready. I think the issue people have is the country, as I say, catching up with certain views and stances it has, let's just say. Of course, I'm not Qatari, Arab, African, gay, disabled, or a migrant worker, but I feel like them because I know what it means to be discriminated and bullied as a foreigner. In a foreign country, as a child, I was bullied because I had red hair and freckles. I was bullied for that. Well, again, we sympathise with Mr. Infantino. We don't endorse bullying or discrimination of any thought, of any type, but it's not really the issue, is it? I think we'll move on. Get your questions in. Matt says, bring on Edwards for Chaplin after half time. That will likely happen at some point that we'll see Edwards. I wouldn't have thought, if Matt's saying bang at half time, unlikely, but we may well see that. Leon, £4.50 in the super chat. Thank you so much, Leon. If I had any Pepsi Max left, I would drink to that. He says, sorry, but how can the president of FIFA compare bullying to being put in prison for one's own sexuality? They've had 12 years. They better be ready. I think we'd all agree with Leon that I'm sorry, guys. I've got to be so careful with this stuff because it's so emotive, isn't it? So forgive me if I answer slowly and cautiously. You understand my point of view, don't you? I don't want to upset anybody. But obviously, comparing the two things, it is ridiculous if you take the comparison in isolation. I guess the point he's making is, or trying to make in a maybe slightly tone-deaf way, is that he understands how discrimination works. But it does all feel a little bit tone-deaf. And I don't know what question he was answered, I have to say. I think that we just want to hear more about what's being done to advance what many consider are certain sort of not very progressive ideas, let's just say. Right, there we go. Granger, why Exeter no score in first half? Please explain in details. Exeter no score in first half, Granger, because Hartridge didn't take their best chance, which I'm seeing right now. And they didn't really just have enough of the game, did they? They had a really good 10-minute spell. Caprice, the Exeter right wing back, looks dangerous. They just need to push forward a little bit. You better wake up your ideas. Don't become sitting duck. Well, maybe not a sitting duck yet, Ipswich, but if they let Exeter build up ahead of steam, we know a 1-goal lead is not a lot. What else have we got in the chat? Alan, great to be back with you all again. Welcome, Alan. Get your questions in, you lot. Sam, League One looking so strong. How many of the 24 championship clubs would hypothetically fail to get promoted from League One if that gets said? Well, all I will say, Sam, is that as a fan of a club, obviously Ipswich, relegated from the championship to League One, you have certain expectations, understandably so, because you come from the league above. I don't think it's unreasonable for anybody to think that when you're relegated from a higher league, that you should then be able to challenge. And that's not any. Some people seem to think that that's arrogance, but that's just accepting the world as it is. That if you come from further down in the ladder, you should have It's why you've been relegated. You should then have a chance. But it ain't easy, in the words of David Bowie. And I would suggest that the word I would use would be most championship teams, apart from Rotherham, who never have any trouble getting promoted from League One. They'd be the only one I'd say, no, they'll be fine. Up they go again. What else have we got here? Edwards and Camera on for Harness and Chapper circa 60 minutes would give more energy. Leon, here is a Sheffield United fan, but honestly, Ipswich under McKenna has given me, yes, please. How many points give me Wilder vibes when we was in League One? I will take anything. What did Sheffield United get? Did they get 100 points under Wilder? It was incredible, wasn't it? Granger, I'm going to put this comment on the screen. I consider that an utterly tone-deaf comment. We're all having a comment. We're all having a conversation about the discrimination that goes on in certain Arab states at the moment. And you put in a comment about my hair. Obviously, I'm a big boy and I've had many comments made about my hair, but while we're having a conversation about not judging people, that doesn't really feel like the right thing to be put in. So look, I'm no snowflake. I'm just suggesting perhaps that maybe we do a different tack than commenting on people's appearance, and we can probably do a little bit better than that, don't we? But there we go. Mr. Majika, up the shrews indeed. There. Ben, sitting duck is quackers. There we go. Keep questions coming in, guys. League One is one of the hardest leagues to get out of. A lot of well-supported teams with big budgets. God, you're telling me, and I totally agree. What do we got here? If you take the top 7 from League One and switch them with any 7 from the Championship, there wouldn't be much difference. Fair comment. Mark, Ben, if Plymouth get promoted, will you take the long journey down to Home Park? Do you know what, Mark? I should go down this year and see what Plymouth are doing, because it's absolutely fantastic. I will get my excuses in early, though. It's just very, very tricky when you're having a young baby in the household. My Sky picture has just gone down. This would be very, very problematic if we lose signal. So please do keep the questions coming in. I think it's just come back. Fingers crossed that we're not losing and that. But no, I'd love to get down to Plymouth, but you just lose an entire day, and it's very hard for me to go to the missus and say, "Darling, I'm going to be out an entire day to go down to Plymouth." But I'd love to get down there for sure. 100 points. Yeah, I think Plymouth might be closing in on 100 points if they go any longer on the current run. But yeah, I'd take it. Mr. Woodcroft, that's a very good question. Do you think Humphreys looked comfortable in the first team for Ipswich? I'm a very big fan of him. Comfortable might just be pushing it. He's doing a great job. Is he one of these youngsters who's come in who just bosses it? You know, we sometimes see them and okay. I would say a Reece James or a Jude Bellingham just came straight in. Obviously, they're exceptional players and looked. Well, no, actually, no, that's probably not fair, is it? They didn't look comfortable. They just took the PISS, frankly, didn't they? Does he look comfortable? He looks fine. There are moments where you think, oh, you know, if they targeted him, but comfortable, probably just. I'm just struggling with the actual definition of what someone looking comfortable is, because you'd say Morsey, who's next to Humphreys, he looks very comfortable, doesn't he? So yeah, struggling with the definition a little bit. We're coming up second half in this one. I think League One is so different to the Championship in terms of styles and play. Yeah, I totally agree that there are teams that would be good teams in the Championship that wouldn't be good teams in League One, because you do have to go off to, I don't know, and I'm not slagging off these teams. I don't know, Cheltenham, insert hard away game, Burton, you know, cramped stadium where you're going to get beat up, that sort of thing. Sunderland, fantastic example, went straight from barely getting out of League One to a good Championship side. Exactly, yeah, totally agree. Not a bad first half from either side. Ipswich just looked the better side. Exeter, unfortunately, not to get anything so far. Do you think Ipswich will look better today than they did against Cheltenham and Charlton? Oh, I'm going to give that one a wide berth, because obviously I'm watching 100% of this game, and on both of those occasions I was down with ITV watching about 3 seconds of 50 games. So I'll give that one a wide berth if you don't mind. David, Jude was exceptional. Yeah, Matt, that's probably, you're right, David. It's probably an unfair comparison to compare any young player to someone like Bellingham, because not only was Bellingham brilliant straight away, but he was a 6 foot and massive and could just handle himself as well. So, yeah, there you go. Right. We are live here. It's Exeter versus Ipswich in the watch-along. It is 1-0 to Ipswich. I can throw that one up. Do you know what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to stick that yellow card up for Sparks, wasn't I, onto the ticker. So I will do that right now. Sparks may be slightly unfortunate to get booked at the end of the first half. Looked like a bit of a coming together when he took down Wes Burns. Exeter 0, Ipswich 1. We're coming into the second half. So if I can ask you very kindly, first of all, to hit the like button, see if we can get a bit of a like spike. Then, if I can get your second half prediction, how do you see this one ending? And while you're hopefully filling up the chat with all of that goodness, I will bang through the teams once again. Blackman in goal for Exeter. Key, Sweeney, Hartridge. Sparks and Caprice, who I've been impressed with down the right. Kite, Collins, Dieng, Brown and Stansfield up top. Remember, Exeter do have Nombe and Jay on the bench, who we will likely see the longer this stays. 1-0 to Ipswich. Walton in goal for Ipswich. Danasi and Wolfen and Burgess. Davis and Burns wide. Humphreys and Morsey. Chaplin, Harness and Ladapo. We haven't kicked off, so I do have time to do the benches. Nombe, Cholke, again, excuse my pronunciation. Jay Diabate, Groundsley, Beardsmore. For Ipswich, Ahadme, Jackson, Edwards, Young, Camera, Edmondson and Hladky. Substitutions ahoy, I'm sure, in the second half. We'll give you a timestamp ASAP. If I remember, his Stansfield edge of the box does well to control that. Out to Caprice, back to Stansfield, crossing position down the right. Stansfield puts it in, cleared away by Wolf, and a good start to the second half by Exeter City. Leon, I can see it ending 2-0, 3-1 to Ipswich. Exeter will start to take risks. Yes, indeed. Neil, I love these. Watch out. Thank you very much, Neil. Very kind of you to say. Here is Nombe. He's not on. Brown, excuse me. Got Nombe on the brain. Exeter, really good start to the second half here. Forced a corner, which is going to go short. Is it to Collins? Ipswich haven't sent anyone out to close down. Now the presser comes. Caprice. Oh, it's a well-worked corner. Now good crossing position for Collins. Puts it in to the near post. Headed away. Exeter putting the pressure. Apply some pressure. Who sung that? Maximo Park. Remember then? Anyone an indie fan in the early 2000s like me? Here's Caprice. Caprice tries to beat Harness. Caprice inside to Key. Key pops the cross in, and it's gathered by Walton in a goal. What does that mean? If Exeter cannot score, I will axe you up. That sounds like a threat, Kenson Co. Not my fault, is it? Exeter 0, Ipswich 1 here. Here is Ladapo, tries to keep that one in. Sweeney wins that particular battle, and it's going to be a throw-in to the Grecians. It's cold in my office here. Turn my little radiator up. Here's Burns. Walton, Wolfenden, Danassian. Nice turn by Chaplin, but he takes it out of play. Let's give me another throw into Exeter. Keep that chat moving with your comments on anything going on. Blackman out to Key. Key shanks that one a little bit. Oh, Davis has got by Sweeney there. I wonder whether that was actually a foul. He's been pulled up for a foul. Looked like Sweeney possibly fell over then. Needs to replay of that one to give you a better opinion. A better opinion. An opinion's an opinion, isn't it? Perhaps a more accurate take then. Sweeney into Collins in central midfield. Key just got caught there after he played that. Hopefully he'll recover nice and quickly. And it's all the way back with Blackman. It's been all Exeter in the second half in terms of possession. I'm sure that will be a very high number. The ball rolls back to Walton. Anyone know why Exeter are called the Greece? I have no idea. Someone Google it. Unless we've got an Exeter fan in the chat. Here's Morsey. So strong on the ball. Well played. Harness. Wolfenden. Not great ball. Just bumps it into the channel for a Burns. Throw into Ipswich, which Danassian sprints to take and then throws straight to Dieng. And Exeter win the ball back. Here's Stansfield. Tried to slide that one through, and Stansfield has fouled Chaplin. Stansfield, surely they're going to pull that one back. No? Oh, I think the ref might have got that one wrong there. Here comes Sparks down the left-hand side. He did really well there. Danassian gets back. Danassian thinks that's a goal kick, but it's been given a corner. Never like to criticise referees here, but referee Young there, possibly just letting a couple of decisions get away from himself. And it's a corner to Exeter. In it comes. Big header out by Burgess, who's very good aerially. Never a foul by Davis there. No, it did seem to be like they were just coming together. Kenson Coe is saying hi now. I think he just threatened to murder me, and now he's saying hi to me. Here's Key. Liam, why are you doing that? Got a double cheeseburger and chips for later when... Don't mention a double cheese. I'm hungry already. I've eaten nothing today. And do you know what? We had... I got 2 pizzas and 2 sides for 12 quid yesterday. And I've got 2 times half a pizza left over in the fridge, which is making me feel very hungry. But enjoy your double. Who have MK got today, Liam? Morsey looks up. Stansfield is really pushing his luck now. He's pulling the shirt again. I thought he was lucky a minute ago. He tried a shirt toe to get away. Stop talking about food. Chinese later. I can't wait. Tremendous. Barnsley away. Yeah, I know what you mean, Liam. Barnsley, decent side defensively, particularly, aren't they? They've got best defence in League One, haven't they? Here is Morsey. Chaplin tries the reverse ball. Someone said in the chat, will Chaplin come off in the second? I think that might be right. I think that was quite a good prognostication. On the topic of food, can I make a very late content? Of course you can. By the way, anyone ever wants to make a content suggestion, please do. I really appreciate feedback from the audience as ever. Leeds 2022, welcome, sir. Great to see you. Kenson has been very entertaining in the chat. Watching on the iFollow, which is quite useful. Absolutely, Stephen, like and subscribe. Absolutely, he's done my job for me there. Please do like and subscribe. Here's how Key got injured. He's get caught there. Ouch! Harness just caught, I think, the side of his ankle. There, looked like a painful one there. Not so up to date with League One. Who are the main absentees for the World Cup? Who will be affected most? Can someone do a Google on that? League One World Cup names. Who's going to be affected most? A great question, which I don't know the answer to. For every day of the World Cup, could you maybe eat a cuisine from one of the... Oh, that's a great idea. My missus would love to get involved in that as well. What's the best grub you've had following Ipswich on an away day? Would you believe I had a tapas in Hull and I persuaded Shaylee to come with me to watch Ipswich lose at Hull. And I said, I'll buy you lunch. And so she TripAdvisored it. And there's it doesn't look like anything to look at on one of the drags in Hull. And it was lovely. So tapas in Hull. Going to warm up the Korg M1. That's tremendous. You see my Korg Kronos behind me, which I had to remortgage everything to watch. Graham, squeaky bum time when watching it. I'm staying chilled. Having a chat to distract you is always a good help. Key, fortunately, is okay. Would have been a shame for him if he'd had to go off injured from such an innocuous coming together. Add drink for every World Cup. So yes, please. Kolo Toure, candidate for the Wigan job. I am here for it. Absolutely here for it. I've got COVID, so beans on toast. Can't taste anything anyway. No good. Dagenham and Redbridge, 2 games suspended due to the World Cup. You love to see it. Throw it to Ipswich Town, the left, which Leif Davis hurls down the line. Leif Davis essentially was promoted last season, wasn't he? On loan at Bournemouth, although he barely got in the team, didn't he? An unreal curry at Bristol City away. Don't get a curry, especially if you've got a long journey back from an away game. I'll say no more. God, you know, I once got food poisoning from a pie at Middlesbrough. That was years ago, though. Oh, one high up the pitch is Harness in the box. Harness. Oh, that was a big opening there for Ipswich. They won it literally in the penalty box and just couldn't quite fathom a chance for anyone there, but certainly a big opening there. Caprice. It was Key who just got closed down. Poor play from him. And do you know what? It's not a great ball from Ladapo. He just needed to play that into Harness's path there. And Harness just had to check his stride and got tackled. Goal scorer Ladapo, not quite as decisive there. Caprice. Dieng down the right for Exeter. Dieng, nice ball inside to Brown. Brown steps out of the box. Wolfenden goes with him. Here's Key for Exeter. Key out to Dieng. Dieng back to Key. Crossing position. Flipped up in the air and headed away. Went for the milder options. There you go. Amen. Oh, here comes Sparks down the left. Sparks cuts it back. Poor ball straight into Morsey. Yeah, I think, Stephen, I saw that video about the beers. Looked good fun, that. Oh, here is Ladapo. Counter-attack chance now for Ipswich. Burns on the right. He's got Chaplin outside of him. Burns comes inside. Burns takes on the shot with his left foot. Falls nicely for Humphreys. Hits the shot tipped over by Blackman. I think Blackman taking no chances. A fairly routine save. He didn't really find the corner there. Would have been interesting if Burns had gone outside. Would have been interesting if that had properly fallen on the left foot there for Humphreys. He's trying to just sort of loop it into the far corner. Nice effort, but not really in the corner, was it? And fairly routine save from Blackman in goal. Corner then to Ipswich, which Leif Davis is going to take. In it comes, headed out. Morsey sweeps up back to Davis. Davis, little one inside. Burns tries to give and go, completely over, hits it, and that will be a goal kick to Exeter. Blackman seems a decent goalkeeper at League One level. Yeah, we've got mixed opinions, Leon, from the chat on Blackman. Edwards on for Harness. We will start to see some subs, I suspect. Both managers here, Caldwell for Exeter and McKenna for Ipswich. Probably both waiting for the other one to go first, I reckon. Here is Wolfenden for Ipswich. Wolfenden slides that into Harness. Nice little layoff there. Morsey, lovely ball through to Ladapo. Ladapo, left side of the box, comes inside, engages Key. Ladapo hits the shot, charge down. Davis, got loads of time now. Davis, can he pick out Ladapo? Yes, he can. That is an excellent save from Jamal Blackman. Good chance there for Ipswich and just a good play all round, actually. Ladapo looked offside in the build-up to that one. I'd like to see that from sideways on. Ladapo, it's blocked. It's a good cross from Davis. It's a good header. It's a good save, really good save, actually, all round there for Blackman, who's done well, actually, today. Corner then to Ipswich. Dieng and Ladapo having words. Davis sticks the corner in, and Blackman continues his good 2 minutes. Catches the corner, throws it out. Here come Exeter on the press. A great ball by Brown. Stansfield is in the box now. Stansfield can't quite sort his feet out. Sparks forward. Sparks is fouled. Is he by Morsey? No. Like a foul to me. We play on. Referee Young gives nothing. Exeter still have the ball. In it comes. Oh, decent cross that. And Brown suffering from head like a 50p there. Heads it well wide. Let's have another look at that. Oh, it's a chance there, actually. Brown completely loses his bearings. Oh, actually, to be fair, referee Young got that right. Morsey went in for the tackle and didn't appear to be any contact. I apologise. Referee Young wasn't a foul by Morsey. It was a good cross by Sparks and a good chance by Brown off his shoulder. First substitution, and as expected, Sam Nombe is in. And we now do get that front three of Brown, Nombe and Stansfield that has been very, very good for Exeter City. Nombe, number 10, in for Kite. So Giovanni Brown will go and play in the number 10 position. He's not wearing number 10, but I think you all know what I mean. Nombe will go up top with Jay Stansfield. And all of a sudden, Exeter have more attacking threat on the pitch. I often say this at times like this. Hopefully that means there will be more goals in this game, because either Exeter will score because they've gone more attacking, or Ipswich will score because Exeter have gone more attacking, and that'll open up the space. Should be good for the game, that substitution. Harness, touch and pass and a bit wayward at times. I know what you mean, John. He's one of these people, though, who can look a bit wayward, and then when he gets a chance in the box, he's a good finisher, I have to say. Nombe for Kite. Edward Stadium, which is despite interest in the summer. Matt, legend Matt there. Go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. I hope you're leaving it, but I'm trying my hardest to not be biased in this one. It's a struggle, Matt, as I'm sure you find when you're doing COV. Not League One related, but do you think Wolves could go down this season? Yes. All right, blooming mess at the moment, Wolves, aren't they? That they need to clear up. Morsey, lovely ball through again by Morsey. Here's Chaplin now. Chaplin into the box, knocks it back, crossed by Burns. Cleared to the edge of the box and volleyed out of the stadium by Marcus Harness. Was it? Or was it Danassian? The camera's gone on Danassian. I apologise to Harness if that was indeed Danassian. It all happened very quickly. We're going to get another look now. Yeah, it's going to be Danassian, isn't it? He's a centre-half. We'll give him a pass. 63:50 on the clock. Exeter 0, Ipswich 1. And we are, as predicted by many in the chat, about to see Kyle Edwards come on. Will it be for Harness? We're about to find out. Although, actually, Connor Chaplin is now sat on his backside. Wes Burns has just gone over to the bench and pointed to his lower back. The board is now going up, and it is Chaplin who is going to go off. So Kyle Edwards is coming on for Connor Chaplin. I assume they'll go like for like. We have seen Edwards as far back as wing back for Ipswich this season. A good dribbler, Edwards. Kieran McKenna just giving him some instructions there. Edwards on then for Chaplin. Just wait until we get a massive scream of Kane. I'm not being impartial for England. You're right, Alistair. Not doing it. In comes the corner to the near post. Not a great one from Davis, but he's going to get another go. Collins made the clearance. Big booming cross in from Humphreys there. And that's going to go out for an Ipswich throw. Luke Wolfenden just lets that one go. He's going to get back into his centre-half position. Matt, does it feel like Ipswich can get over the line this season? I'm never going to answer that question, yes, am I? Plymouth look unstoppable and Sheffield Wednesday look good. So there's a chance one of those three teams could score loads of points and end up in the playoffs. And if you end up in the playoffs, you can lose. So, yeah, I'll keep my powder dry for sure. Thrown down the right-hand side there. Harness wins it back. Danasian back to Ladapo on the right wing. Ladapo, nice feet, and he wins another throw-in. Wolves gave Mendes too much say in the club, just like Valencia. Look how badly they've fallen off. Well, I don't know if they've given Mendes too much say, but I can totally agree they've fallen off. That is for sure. I want to see Matt Smith play some games for Wales. Would be history for that. I'm sure he'll get some minutes, even if it's late in games, with 5 subs and the roasting heat we're going to expect in Qatar. Does David need to go in the sin bin for that joke? Does a player who is a good dribbler always play on the side with bibs? I mean, it's clever, but it's droll or drool. Sorry, I'm just as bad now, aren't I? Here comes Danasian down the right for Ipswich. Good give and go there with Burns. Danasian wins a corner. Dieng went down and then Danasian went down. I don't know who hit who there. Let's have a look. Both seem to have made contact with each other. Looks like Danasian got one in the shin and then trod on Dieng. Corner to Ipswich on the right-hand side, which Davis will swing inward. Oh, and it's into the back of the net. And Marcus Harness has put Ipswich 2-0 up on 68. Real big goal in the context of this game. Corner whipped in by Leif Davis. And I dare say I told you so. When it comes to actually finishing, Harness can look wayward outside the box, inside the box. Very good. He just gets in front of Key, who's maybe been culpable for both goals, I have to say, in terms of tracking his marker. It's an easy header, and he just glances that one in. Davis with the assist, Harness with the goal. Ipswich go 2-0 up within 68 and a half minutes we are in. And now Exeter are very much going to have to make a move in this game. Let me know your thoughts. Nice delivery by Leif Davis. Harness just getting in front of Key in the same way maybe Freddie Ladapo got away from Key or between Key and Sweeney in the first half for the first goal. And it is 2-0 to Ipswich. Get your thoughts in via the comments. Although here come Exeter straight away. That could well be a penalty not given. I would like to have another look at that. I think it was Stansfield who went down. So I'm just trying to bunk the... Is this a penalty or not? Pass. I didn't see from that replay. Leif Davis gives it one of those. Let's have a good look this time. No, that is absolutely not a penalty. I think Nombe was maybe looking for that, wasn't he? Let's have another look. Kind of gets the shot off and goes down at the same time. Well, I'm an Ipswich fan, so I won't give an answer, but you can have your say in the chat on that one. Bailey had to jump in the 6-yard box. Absolutely knew the space would come for Ipswich in the second half. Soft goal to concede. No one on the post didn't help either. Insurance goal. Harness. What a goal. Let's go. Great. Header. There we go. Harness indeed. Let me know your thoughts on that penalty call. It's hard to call penalties objectively when it's your team involved, isn't it? I'll be honest, I didn't think that was a penalty. Davis on, it was at Nombe, wasn't it? I remember in the lockdown games, there was a penalty nearly every game. Yeah, fortunately, the refereeing standards have changed a little bit since then. But yeah, it was crazy for about a year where, what did we keep saying on the channel? We kept saying, not all contact is a foul. Not all fouls are a yellow card, and not all bad fouls are a red card. Low across the box there by Harness. If Edwards got the last touch on that, that was a good chance. If the centre-half got the last touch on that, that was very good defending. Yes, it was Sweeney indeed. Ipswich turning the screw a little bit here. Good corner by Davis. It was indeed, wasn't it? Nice whipped corner. In comes another one from Davis, headed out. Not so good this time. Dieng gets it clear. And we need to say a big thank you to Carbos, who says, come on, you Blues. And he has donated. And forgive me, I don't know how much that is. NOK? What's that currency? Norwegian kroner? Thank you very, very much. It doesn't matter what the exchange rate is. We just thank everybody for their donations. Very, very kind indeed. Davis, nice pass inside. No, it's not. Ladapo can't control it. Here come Exeter on the break with Caprice, who does really well to keep that in. Oh, he's played well, Caprice. Caprice, brilliant play down the right-hand side. And he puts the cross in. Do you agree with me? He's been Exeter's best player, the right wing back, Caprice. I think he's been excellent. Here is Humphreys. That is a superb pass by Humphreys. Curls that out to Wes Burns. Burns versus Sparks. That comes off Sparks. He's going to have to play this. That's a corner if he doesn't. And he sticks it out for a throw-in. Great pass by young Cameron Humphreys there. Thank you again, Carbos. It's going to be 28 tomorrow in Qatar. Where's the roasting heat? I'd roast in 28, Desert Tuna. No pen, says Colt. Dived, says John. Not my words, if you think there's any kind of bias here. I mean, there's contact, but I'll repeat myself, not all contact is a foul. Although all fouls in the box are penalties. We do know that. No, they're not. You can get an indirect free kick. No, I don't think that's a penalty, and I've just seen 3 replays. Here's a fourth. Well, the reason I don't think that's a penalty is that where the contact would have been on his right ankle, and then he takes the shot with the right foot. So if the contact's on the right ankle, then you would go down with your right foot, wouldn't you? Not then taking a shot. But there you go. Kane Vincent Young is coming on for Leif Davis, who looks in some discomfort. Hopefully he is okay. Kane Vincent Young is one of those very useful players who can play either side at fullback. So one would assume that will be a like-for-like swap. Vincent Young on for Davis, who obviously set up the second goal. Another sub for Exeter as well. We try and keep up with all of this. Czech Diabate comes on for Josh Key. Not his best game, Key. And he certainly lost harness from the corner for that second Ipswich goal, didn't he? Right, let's try and do these subs whilst Ipswich are on the attack. Here is Vincent Young, Starry Night, if you know, you know. Vincent Young to Morsey to Humphreys, and Burgess is going to have to go home, and Walton is going to have to absolutely boot that as far as he can down the ground. First touch for Diabate, wins the header, and Blackman clears. Right, what am I doing here? I need to put Diabate in for Key, don't I? What number is Diabate wearing then? 39. Let me just update the ticker, guys. Thank you for your patience while I'm doing this. if you spell that, Diabate. There we go. And I also need to put Vincent Young. What number is he wearing? 24. Nearly there. Such a Luddite with technology, aren't I? Vincent Young on 4. Leif David. Have I done that right? Spot the errors in the ticker if you can. Oh, there you go. There's a lovely picture of Enid from Shaley doing something in a restaurant. There she is again. Oh, bless her. Big boot down the ground. Is Burns going to get onto the end of that? Burns is clear. Does Diabate pull him back? Oh, no, he doesn't. If he did, he was going to get red carded. Referee Young says no. Have another look at that one. Is there a pull? No. No, I don't think that's a foul, is it? Let's have another look. Oh, maybe there is. Maybe there is. Referee Young doesn't give it. Burns doesn't complain too much. Again, I'll reiterate my stance. Not all contact is a foul. It doesn't help that Sky show about 5 replays of each incident. No, it does not, does it? Is the ticker up to date, guys? I think we've got it sorted, haven't we? Here is Diabate, who could have found himself in hot water then. I think the ref probably got that one right, didn't he? Referee Young. Big diag forward looking for Ledup. Ipswich lead 2-0 in this one. 77-20 on the clock. Here's Edwards. Nice little one around the corner. Harness back to Edwards. Oh, excellent play by Edwards. Edwards now into the box. Step over. Edwards. What a goal this will be. Oh, good save by Blackman. Brilliant play by Kyle Edwards there. Honestly, I think he did all the hard bits there, and what he did beforehand was far easier than finishing the goal there. But lovely ball around the corner, give and go, beats his man. Would have been an incredible goal, that, wouldn't it? Beats another man. Just couldn't quite finish that one. Blackman, to be fair, in the Exeter goal, has played well. I think Exeter might want to try and get rid of Colwell. Oh, no, Exeter give managers forever, don't they? Yeah, and Colwell has faced 4 top 6 teams. Matt J is coming on, and he's, God, whenever I see a player doing that, often that means a change of shape, doesn't it? Jay came on for Sparks, I think, and that looks like a left wing back for a right-sided attacker by the look of it. So, yeah, if anyone can figure out the change of shape from Exeter before me, please do my work for me in the chat. Who was it? It was Jay for Sparks, wasn't it? To be fair, Sparks was on a yellow and Kyle Edwards has just come on. So that may well be the reason for that substitution. Probably a smart one by Coldwell. All right, let's figure this out. So Jay is playing down the right. Nombe's up top. I wonder if he's gone. Yeah, he's gone 4-2-3-1. And Stansfield has gone to the left wing. There you go. Beat you to it. Mike, you legend. You've had worse afternoons. Well, I'm completely impartial here. And a round of applause for Mike in the chat. We always give him a shout out because this chair I'm sitting in was very kindly donated by a good mate of mine now, Mike, in the chat, because I was having neck trouble. How kind people are there. So thank you, Mike. Exeter don't sack me. No, they don't, do they? 3 in 16 years, is it? Who's that? Tisdale, Taylor, and Caldwell. Well, Caldwell's only been there a few weeks, but the point totally stands, doesn't it? Exeter 0, Ipswich 2 in League One. Just getting myself psyched for watch-alongs. There are going to be many. Let me know if you're about during the day. There will be a lot of World Cup watch-alongs coming up on the channel in the coming weeks. Norwegian Krona, £8.25. Well, we thank whoever that was in the chat. Who was that? Carbos, thank you so much. And thank you all for your super chats. It really does help. And obviously all the guys over on Patreon as well. www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Monday, England, 10 a.m. Who's joining me? There you go. For England at 10 a.m. on Monday then. Looking very much forward to it. Is it not 1 p.m.? Is it 10 a.m. for England on Monday? Pass. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's 1 p.m., isn't it? 1, 4 and 7 on Monday. 1, 4, 7. Sounds like we're talking about snooker. Yeah, I thought so. Who's joining me at 1 p.m. on Monday for England? England against Iran at 1 p.m. on Monday. Wickham and Pompey tomorrow morning. I'll do that one if you want as well, guys. Goal kick to Ipswich. Now, if this was any other team, I would say Ipswich look fairly comfortable here. Being it's my team, I don't want to say that, but I'm supposed to be being impartial, so I should just tell the truth, shouldn't I? Ipswich look fairly comfortable here. 9 or 8 minutes to go, rather, defending a 2-goal lead. As an Aussie, any chance of watching any of my Socceroos? Absolutely. Love a watch along for Pompey Wickham. Well, let me know. The 2-2 is still on. Stop it, Liam. No, I'm being impartial. Of course the 2-2 is still on. That is an objective fact that Liam is stating there. It is absolutely still on for a 2-2. I may cry if this game ends 2-2, but I'm supposed to be impartial on the channel here. One of the things that people credit me for. Cannot wait for the World Cup stuff. Thank you, everybody. I know the some people aren't watching the World Cup, and that is fine. I respect anybody's opinion to watch what the hell they decide on TV. You don't have to keep telling us every 5 minutes, though, when we do our World Cup stuff. And those of you who are going to be joining me, hopefully we're all going to enjoy it together. Boring weekends now without Sheffield United. There we go. Vindaloo, we did have a good chat about the strange Infantino comments earlier on. I think my take was, I take the point he was trying to make, but it did come across a bit tone deaf, didn't it? I have to say, I understand. In Infantino's defense, I think I'm right in saying a lot of the things that people are complaining about do predate him, particularly the World Cup being decided 10 years ago in, we think, very nefarious circumstances. I'll say no more. Here come Exeter down the left with Stansfield. Switch to a 4-2-3-1. Here's Dieng. Oh, dear. What a horrible shot by Dieng there. Smashes that one into the stand. His team were well placed as well. I think he scored in the last game, Dieng, didn't he? But that was from a set play, I think, against Peterborough. I'll still be here for England gamers. I'll be how long are you isolating for, Skip? 5 days now, isn't it? I mean, I work from home, so, and Shaylee and Enid both had it as well at the same time, so nothing really changed for me other than I was bedridden for 48 hours. But there we go. A goal kick to Ipswich. Or which Christian Walton through to Luke Wolfenden, who then passed it straight back to Christian Walton. But there you go. Here is Diabate, substitute, playing in the middle of the back three for Exeter. replacing Key, who I like very much and is doing a turn at centre-back, I know, for Exeter, but maybe a little bit culpable, certainly from the point of view of the second goal, which was a free header from a corner, wasn't it? And a few people pointed out in the chat that Harness, who's just been booked actually for kicking the ball away, didn't have to even jump, did he? What's he been booked for there? Oh, no, he hasn't been booked for kicking the ball away. He's been booked for holding back Jay Stansfield. So Harness goes into the book. Oh, actually, I hadn't updated Harness's goal. There you go. What a triumvirate for Harness. He's got a goal and an assist and a yellow card in this one. In goes the free kick from Exeter. Diabate wins the header. It's gone loose, hooked over to the back post and very calmly left by Luke Wolfenden there. Lets that one go. It's a chance for Diabate, that, wasn't it? Do you know what? He just jumps too early and gets underneath the ball. Were he to know that Cameron Burgess behind him was actually falling over, I think he could have taken a second longer, in which case he's probably heading that one straight into the net, isn't he? So reasonable enough chance there for Diabate for Exeter. And it's another goal kick to Ipswich. Goes long to Ladapo, who looked like might have been held there by Diabate. Has my light gone on to not white? Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, it's very bright. Got remote control for it now. Look at that. Oh, here comes Stansfield. Kay. Down the right. Inside it goes to Brown, who Ipswich have kept quiet thus far very well. Here's Brown again. Oh, Brown, lovely reverse ball. Jay crosses in. Really good football by Exeter. Cleared away. As soon as I said Ipswich kept Brown quiet, he played a lovely, clever pass there. A few people have asked about the Netflix documentary. I haven't watched it, but I've had lots of recommendations. So if I get a minute, I will. Stansfield crosses in. I think that cross took a deflection and Burgess heads away. Here's Edwards. Ball bounces up and hits him in the face. Edwards does well to regain his composure. Knocks that to Vincent Young, who tries to clear. Bounces off Caprice. And out it goes for an Ipswich throw. That is a good question, guys. Should we do man of the match? Get your man of the match in. Sky have gone for Harness, who obviously got a goal and an assist. Get your man of the match in the chat. It is difficult to go against Harness on the basis of being at the sharp end and getting the goal and the assist. And I would suggest, in the absence of anyone absolutely bossing it, I think if Exeter were to get anything from the game, it would probably be Caprice, wouldn't it? He's been the best kind of in-game player, hasn't he? But you can't argue with a goal and assist. So I probably would agree with Sky. I don't know who the summariser is, giving it to Harness. So it makes some sense. There you go. Davis is another suggestion. So not bad suggestion, is it? He's gone off as a sub. Let us know your thoughts. Speaking of subs, I've got to do some work here because Ghassan Ahadme and Caden Jackson will be coming on for Ipswich. Certainly, you'd assume Freddie Ladapo is going to go off. And also, Wes Burns is going to come off. So I suspect Ipswich are maybe going to go 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 or something for the remainder of the game. We'll see what Kieran McKenna has got up his sleeve here. Wes Burns steps out. Unless Caden Jackson's going to play wing back, maybe. We have seen that before. Jackson and Ahadme then on. Or Ladapo and Burns. Ladapo, a goal scorer again in this match. Forgive me, nearly there. Ahadme. I hadn't put a little football next to Duppo, had I? Let's do that right now. Here we go. Hopefully the ticker is up to date. I'm sure you'll find a litany of mistakes in there if you look closely enough. But there you go. Harness, yeah, Blackman's been good as well. Harness, yeah, I think Harness is a fairly safe pick in terms of man of the match. Right, what strategy are Ipswich playing? If they go on and say, yeah, Ipswich gone 4-2-3-1 as well. Harness is playing as the number 10. Edwards down the left, and here is Edwards into the box. Horrible ball to Vincent Young, and it's going to end up being a goal kick. Good opening there for Ipswich. We are in to 5 minutes of stoppage time. So it's 4-2-3-1. Ahadme up top, Jackson right, Harness 10, Edwards left, midfield double pivot then of Morsey and Edwards. And Ipswich will now be playing a back four then with, if the camera actually pans over that far, I should be able to figure it out just by the, I assume Wolford and then goes right back, does he? So Vincent Young left back, is he? Oh no, sorry, Danassian right back, Wolfenden then, and Burgess centre back. So there we go. I've figured all of that out, and there's only about 3 minutes of the game to go. Stoppage time. Here, 5 minutes to play. We're at 91-32. Looks like Ipswich are in control and going to see out a victory here, but stranger things has happened. Wes Burns was booked as he was coming. I did see him mouthing off about something. Anir, thank you for the heads up. Booked as he's coming off the pitch. Silly booking. Not even in the game. Headed away by Burgess to Jay. Crossed in, and a really good header there by Burgess, who apologises for not getting enough distance on his initial header. There, it's going to be a corner to Exeter. It would be squeaky bum time if Exeter could get a goal. We're 2.5 minutes into stoppage time, of which there will be a minimum of 5. Anyone who follows Ipswich will know what happened at the end of the game against Charlton, where they were in a similar position and did indeed concede 2 goals in stoppage time. Gary Caldwell looks like he's heading for a first home defeat. I think there's some weird quirk that he'd been maybe his first 3 games were away from home as Exeter boss. Throwing down the line. But it looks like he's going to fall to a first home defeat here. That's back with Blackman. Ahadme chases him down. Diabate to Sweeney. Hospital ball there. Back to Blackman. Oh, Blackman tries to take on Ahadme, and he does. Gets decent clearance, actually. Blackman's had a good game, hasn't he? Exeter keeper. Jackson back defending. Hartridge does well to take him on. Here is Giovanni Brown. Collins. Good looking attack this for Exeter. Stansfield down the left, gets the cross and it goes loose. Kyle Edwards does the sensible thing from an Ipswich point of view and uses his speed to get in front and just boots that one into the stand. First watch along of the World Cup, England-Iran. Do you know what, Alistair? I'm going to do it day by day and just plan it. So we'll see how we go. Good result. Sorry for the late. There you go, Dave. You've appeared in stoppage time. Give credit to the Ipswich backline. Have been solid all game. It's funny with Ipswich because the backline gets a lot of credit for the really good defensive record, but it's normally team shape and controlling possession that stops Ipswich conceding. I'm sure the backline will take the credit that you're giving them, Colt. Although there's an Exeter attack here and they've got plenty forward. Caprice knocks it in, well cleared by Burgess. There you go. There's an Ipswich defender clearing. We're into the last 30 seconds of minimum stoppage time. Tuesday, yeah, we're going 4 games a day from Tuesday, aren't we, Liam? Fulham in the house. Welcome, my rules. Thanks for the show. You're all very welcome. Honestly thought Caldwell got out of management. Well, he obviously interviews well because he's got a decent looking job here and a decent looking performance by Ipswich. Fairly good value for the win in the end. Exeter 0, Ipswich 2. Marcus Harness has taken the Man of the Match award with a goal and an assist. Good work from Ipswich in the first half. Taking the lead through Freddie Ladapo. Exeter had probably the best spell of the entire game for 10 minutes or so from 20 to 30. In the second half, Exeter actually came out fairly well, particularly those first 5 minutes or so. But Harness headed home from a corner. And I would echo John's thoughts there. It was a good away performance. I think in terms of the defensive numbers, you'll see why here Ipswich just didn't concede many chances, did they? Look, 0.56 on the XG, plays 1.75. Says Ipswich didn't concede a lot of chances. Fairly tight on the possession, 48-52, negligible there, slightly in Ipswich's favour. 13 shots to 7, 3 big chances to 1. And Ipswich winning this one 2-0. Hopefully, I can quickly find you a live league table, which will show you that, everyone else has still got to play today. Ipswich close within 1 point of Plymouth, who have got a stunning total at the top there, haven't they? Sorry, let me just get that banner down. Forgive me. There you go. And you'll be able to see Exeter as well. Sheffield Wednesday will need to respond later. You can see they have got, whose badge is that? Shrewsbury. Plymouth have got Burton. Exeter could be overtaken by actually a handful of teams there. They might drop a couple of places later, depending on, well, if they get unlucky, frankly, and anyone in their pocket there gets past them. Thank you, everyone. Mike, you absolute legend. Congratulations. Yep, thank you. I'll put my Ipswich hat on and say it's a great win for Ipswich. They're good response after a couple of draws. Rugby and F1. Time, yeah, enjoyed the rugby and F1. Mike, I really want to kick myself. Well, you know the rules. My rules, indeed. Never put Ipswich on your accumulator. They'll always let you down, won't they? Good win for Ipswich. Next up for the World Cup, absolutely. I thought someone would do Qatar v Ecuador. Go on, I'll do it if anyone's going to watch. Thanks for the watch along. Enjoyed it, Colt. Thank you, everybody. Vindaloo, legend. Liam, see you next time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hit the like button before you go. Thank you, Stephen, as well. Always good value in the chat. It was Exeter 0, Ipswich 2. Hit the thumbs up button before you leave. And we'll see you tomorrow for something. Maybe Ipswich Pompey. Who was it? Wycombe Pompey. But more likely, we'll do the World Cup game in the evening, which is the spectacle that's Qatar v Ecuador. We'll see how we're looking tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for watching. See you later around here. Big over and out from